and a happy, wonderful, fantastic Friday. It is Danny Boy and Bill Corpus Crispy.
Hey, how are you folks? A happy Friday indeed, am I right?
Oh, for sure, man. Welcome in for another edition of SIP right here on the SIN YouTube channel, number 428. And as of today, we are officially sponsored by the Dugout of Millwood. So, Bill, happy Friday again. Like I
Happy
said,
Friday and happy sponsorship day.
happy sponsorship day for sure. We would like to thank again the Dugout of Millwood and of course Marco Lopsky for being a big time supporter of not only this podcast but Batter Up, football, the Sunday Sideline Report in the fall, and many of these other podcasts. So we appreciate his friendship. He's obviously been a co-host of this network for a long time, and um, is now his company now sponsors us, so we appreciate him, and we hope to have this partnership for a very long time. Now, it is Friday. Again, quiet time in sports world. We do have Wimbledon for those of you tennis fans out there. And, I can't tell you that I've been watching, but I'm very into the tennis when I have to be. So, um,
I'll be honest, I'm not really into tennis,
exactly.
so
Now I know the last time I checked, Carlos Alcaraz, for those of you tennis fans out there, he was in a 1-1 set tie with who's this? This is Taylor Fritz. Yes, Taylor Fritz, the American. So we're rooting for the American, though if Carlos Alcaraz wins, he's the best in the world. So it's fine with me. But in any case, um, moving past that, we do have baseball to talk about. Um, and then we got a top five.
yes, we do. We
Yeah,
got a fun top five.
yeah. But we'll start with some baseball. How about the Red Sox, man? Of course, they got to win seven in a row.
Yes.
And be a thorn in the American League East. See, this is my problem with the Yankees. This is exactly my problem. Because minus the Orioles, who beat the Mets in two games yesterday, which is just hilarious. Minus the Orioles, the American League East is now wide open all of a sudden.
It is.
Like, mother of God, why? You know,
Pray for us.
the Yankees are there. Look, obviously the Blue Jays lost. Yankees won. They swept the Mariners, so that's good news. Um, I think it's like two games in back of the Jays, something like that, for the top
Yes.
spot in the AL East. But then now, of course, the Rays, who have been in it for quite a while, they've done their surge and they've been on a winning tear. And then, of course, the Red Sox go on a winning tear. So now you have a four-team race in the American League East that was once dominated by the Yankees this season. So it's never easy, Bill. It's never ever easy.
It really isn't easy. And this the series the division is now wide open.
Yeah.
The division is now wide open. And hey, look at the bright side though. Yankees swept the Mariners yesterday on
Mhm.
that beautiful slide.
Yeah, how about Volpe? Actually doing something for a change, you
He's
know?
actually useful.
Yeah. Yeah, man. He gets on base. What? What? I'm just kidding. He's a ghost runner. It's a joke because he never gets on base. Um, but in any case, yeah, Yankees did win. Good stuff from Giancarlo. He got that three-run homer to get us back into it. We were down 5-0 and getting absolutely absolutely no hits whatsoever. We actually no hit through seven, I think. Um, until Jazz's base hit. Um, but um, but yeah, man, a good sweep of the Mariners. We're better than the Mariners, so there's no reason why we can't sweep them. Um, and then you look at they were able to tie in the ninth with Wellesley with a two-run base hit, and then Judge in the extra innings, getting Volpe home on a sac fly. Sac fly is always underrated. Um, good win for sure. Um, and they're playing good baseball. They played good baseball this past week, so it makes me feel a lot better. Now, of course, that could all change with the series against the Cubs starts tonight, but at
If the
least,
Yankees take 2 out of 3 from the Cubs this weekend, we should be in good shape.
yeah, I should feel a lot better going into the All-Star break because I would feel horrible going into the All-Star break if the Yankees were to lose 2 out of 3 or get swept. Like it just wouldn't be a good feeling.
No, it would not be a good feeling.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what, bro? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens this weekend.
Yep.
Hopefully, we take 2 out of 3 from the Cubbies, and we'll be in good shape.
Yeah. And you know, if we can sweep the Cubs, that'll
It'd be
be our
even
own seven
better.
game win. That'll be
Dude,
your
it'd be
own
even better.
7 game winning streak. So yeah. But two
It'd
two
be
out of three.
even
That's
freaking
all I
better.
say is 2 out of 3. You know.
It'd be even better, bro.
Yeah.
So hey, let's go Yankees. Let's hopefully, if we walk in, let's take 2 out of 3 from the Cubs.
Yeah.
Oh, here's something funny. And no, we are not, we're not sponsored. Tonight's Billy Joel bobblehead night.
Oh, Billy Joel.
Yeah, by the
Yeah.
way, we wish him the best right now. I know he's been very sick.
Yeah. He had to cancel his tour, right?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about going to see him next month
Yeah.
at City Field. I was going to go with JT from Super Review Show. I was going to go with him. I was going to see him at City Field next month.
Right.
But then he got sick and the tour had to get axed.
Yeah.
And, it was at the point because I've been wanting to see him forever. And I think people are shocked to hear that because I am a big Billy Joel fan and I've never seen him in concert. But,
Yeah.
like, trying to see him at Madison Square Garden was like an arm, a leg, a kidney.
Yeah. It's hard to see that's the thing with Billy Joel. It is so hard to go see him, anywhere because he's so popular, especially if you go to any New York State or New Jersey venue, because he's a very popular figure in that area. So yeah, it's tough. It's
Because, JT tried to take me last year for my 30th birthday, but the cheapest ticket was like $400.
yeah.
Yeah, cheapest ticket was like $400. And the cheapest ticket at City Field was like 120, which is still a little much. I'm not gonna lie, it's much.
It's a lot for a concert, but yeah,
But you know what? I was at the point though, Reggie, because we were thinking, oh, ticket because usually whether it's a game or a concert, when you get closer to the event, the prices go down.
yeah,
And I was thinking, hey, if we get closer to this event, prices go down. But I was at the point, Reg, because I really want to see him. He's getting up there in age. As you could tell, he's got health problems.
yeah.
I'm like, thinking, you know what? If it's 120, it's 120.
I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Like,
Because how many more opportunities am I gonna
exactly.
get to see him?
And that's the thing. Like, you want to be able to go and see him when you can. So, no, I totally get that. I
Because
totally
it's
get
kind of
that.
like when I will get back to sports in a second, I promise. But
Yeah.
it's like when back in 2017, I got the high honor of getting to see Paul McCartney in concert. And, as a big Beatles fan, that was like, wow. I remember I was supposed. If you've watched me on Super Review Show, I've told you the story before. But for those who haven't heard this story, I remember I was supposed to go see my brother for family weekend that weekend. And I remember telling him, "Hey, I'm not coming to see you family weekend." He goes, "You better have a damn good reason." I'm like, "Going to see Paul McCartney. Where? The Garden. Have fun." I'm like, "You're not mad?" I go, "Bill." Okay, my brother's really not a big Beatles fan, but he knows I am. And he goes, "Bill, how many more opportunities are you going to get to see Paul McCartney?"
Yeah.
Because at this point, he was like 75, going, he's getting up there in age. He's not going to tour forever.
Boy, were we wrong about that.
Yeah, but he was saying back then, he goes, how many more opportunities are you going to get to see him?
Yeah.
And yeah, but and that's how I was feeling about Billy Joel. I'm like thinking, if it's 120, it's 120. My bank account might not be too happy with me,
Yeah.
but if it's 120, it's 120.
Yeah. Well, hopefully one day you get to see Billy Joel.
Yeah, hopefully.
And
But you know what, Billy Joel, if you're listening, we know you are. We wish you well, and we hope you get better soon.
yeah, man.
But yeah, but anyway, what I was saying about the Yankees, they're 2 games behind Toronto right now.
Yeah.
They're 2 games behind Toronto.
Hmm.
So this weekend is a this weekend's a
Mm.
if we go into and who's I don't know who Toronto's playing this weekend.
I haven't checked their sked. They're the A's. Oh, they're in Sacramento.
If the Yankees go into if the Yankees go into coming out of this weekend only down a game, I think they're in good shape. Because we know the Blue Jays are probably going to slaughter the A's. We know it.
Yeah. So let's see about that. We did have to say goodbye to DJ LeMahieu earlier
Hats
this week.
off.
We appreciate his service. He did a great job in 2019. We'll always be grateful for that game tying home run in game six of the American League Championship Series against the Astros. Of course, the Yankees did not win that game, but we appreciate him actually trying and actually being a spark. He also had a good playoffs in 2020 in the COVID season. But ever since he signed that contract, he just wasn't the same. Injury after injury after injury, father time starting to show. He wasn't the same player. So we say goodbye to him, but we appreciate everything he's done for the Yankees. And now we can move Jazz Chisholm to second base. He's done a very good job already. Um, and of course, the Yankees are just gonna have to figure out third base for the time being. I know that I saw Peraza out there throughout the week, right? Um, so let's see.
Yeah, but we wish DJ LeMayu all the best in his future endeavors. And
Yeah, and if he goes to another team, hopefully it's a team that contends because good singles hitter. I'll tell you that much.
yeah, he's a good small baller. I'll tell you that. He's a good
Like,
small baller.
look, and look, we never intended for DJ to be a big time home run guy, even though 2019 kind of was. Thank you, Yankee Stadium. But you know, he does get big time base hits, so you know he's up there if you want him.
Yeah, so we wish LeMayu all the best in his future endeavors.
Yeah,
And yeah, speaking of the Yankees, Clark Schmidt's having Tommy John.
yeah. This was no surprise. Once you hear forearm, a forearm injury, that's already scary. It's like, well, what is it going to turn out to be? Turn out to be his elbow. He's going to get Tommy John. Um, this is his second Tommy
I
John.
I
right?
got three words for the trade deadline. Are you ready, Reggie boy?
Hmm.
Pitchin', pitchin', pitchin'.
Yeah, man, we're gonna need all the starting pitching. Now, we did bring up this guy, Schlittler, who pitched the second game of the series. He was phenomenal. He went about what, 6 innings, 5 innings or so, right? I think he went into the sixth. Um, I think he only gave up like 2 runs, but had like 7 strikeouts. Um, he's tremendous. He was amazing to watch. Um, so and he kind of looks like Garrett Cole too. So maybe that could be an answer, but we're gonna need a starter.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably two, if I'm being real with you.
No, we're gonna need starters right now. Like
Yeah.
I was hearing, I saw someone on whatchamacallit, the fans saying that and this guy's an idiot. I'm sorry. The guy's an idiot. He in the fan Facebook group, he was saying, "Well, we should try to trade for Corey Seager and Jacob DeGrom."
I don't think Jacob deGrom wants to come back to New York.
I
I
don't think
think
so either.
I think he's living his best life in Texas.
Have fun in Texas, Jacob. We wish you well.
Uh,
And I'm like
Corey
thinking,
Se-
well, what? How are you gonna subsidize those contracts, and who are you gonna give up? I was talking to my dad about this yesterday,
right.
and you know what? I'm about 90% sure this is not gonna happen, but knowing Hal Steinbrenner, I think we can all agree Hal Steinbrenner's a freaking moron.
Yeah.
We've been saying this now for how long? How long have we been saying this, Reg?
Too long.
All right. Here's the thing. I'm like, oh my God. Knowing Hal Steinbrenner and what an idiot he is, Dad, he's probably going to do something stupid. Go, okay, Texas, give us DeGrom and Seager, and we'll give you Aaron Judge. If you and my dad and I said that if that happened, we might just stop watching the Yankees.
Yeah. Well, we know that's not gonna happen.
No, I know it isn't going to happen, but can you see Hal Steinbrenner doing something that stupid?
Not with Aaron Judge.
Want to bet? Nah, no, well, let's not bet. It's not going to happen, but still.
Um,
Because if he did that, he should literally be shot out of a
we would
cannon
we would
right
force
into
him
New
to sell the team.
Jersey.
We would force him to sell the team.
No, I like my idea better. Let's just shoot him out of a cannon.
Everyone would be in an uproar if Aaron Judge was ever traded. At this point of his career, where the Yankees are currently at, it'd be a massive, massive mistake. That's not even something we should think about because it's never gonna happen. Um, Corey Seager's interesting, but my big thing is that his contract's too big. We would have to give up a lot to get him.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
I would much rather trust the process, even though the process hasn't really worked for us. I would much rather trust the process of the young guns and building than to go out and get rentals.
No,
The only rentals I will afford right now is starting pitching, but not hitting. We have
no.
good
Listen,
hitters. We have Judge. We have Stanton when he's healthy. We have
pitching,
Jazz,
pitching, pitching.
Cody Bellinger. Like we have plenty of hitting. Paul Goldschmidt. I know a lot of these players have been struggling of late, but when they aren't struggling, they're doing great. So we have enough hitting. The pitching's the problem. Because if we're gonna keep throwing Rodon out there, he's gonna be inconsistent, and the only true ace in that staff is gonna be Max Fried, and he's gonna be the only guy that's gonna go 6+ and win every game. Then that's a problem.
I can agree.
Yeah, we'll talk a lot of Yankees on
Bombers
Monday,
manager.
as well as
Yeah, sometime next week, keep an eye out. We're gonna do a first half recap.
Yeah, first half recap and then the preview of the second half. Really, what we're going to do is preview the rest of July going into August. Um, and Yankees got to make moves though.
Oh, absolutely.
You got big make moves, so we'll keep an eye out for that.
Okay.
Um,
Meanwhile, when we were talking about the Red Sox, Bregman is in a great place to return.
yeah, can you believe that? If the Red Sox go on a tear, and then Alex Bregman comes back, Alex Bregman's a good player. If Alex Bregman comes back and does great, and the Red Sox continue to surge, the AL East is in trouble. It's gonna be a four-team race for that top. The division's not over. It is not over in that division, even for the Rays. The Rays are a good team. So, and look, this is what we expected early in the season, and of course we weren't getting that. The Yankees were dominating. We were hoping, okay, we'll get to like a 10-game lead, and they didn't do that. You know,
Oh, absolutely.
this is why you need to obliterate the competition early. And unfortunately, the Yankees hit a skid in June.
Oh, I totally agree.
Yeah,
So, yeah, AL East is now with arms wide open.
yeah.
I'll show you everything. Creed, if you're
Mhm.
listening, don't sue me. And Creed's gonna sue me, aren't they?
Yeah.
Go back to making mediocre music.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Go back to making mediocre music and leave me alone.
Yeah, but that mediocre music got everyone through the 2000s. So,
But
yeah,
hey, it's good. I actually kind of like it. But anyway,
you know.
all right. So anyway, we got some any more MLB news? Do you want to go to that one NFL story we got?
Just one quick NFL story.
You know what? Little intro. You know what? There's two things I think all NFL players should stay away from during the offseason.
Mm,
One is massage parlors,
100%.
in which we talked about Robert Kraft, Deshaun Watson, and recently Justin Tucker. And you know what the other thing is now? Last Friday was 4th of July.
Yep,
Last Friday was 4th of July, so you should also NFL players should also stay away from fireworks.
exactly. How about this? Chargers running back Najee Harris sustaining an eye injury after a fireworks mishap at a 4th of July event. His agent told Adam Schefter injury was superficial and that Harris is expected to be ready for the upcoming season, so thank goodness for that. But the mishap did result into injuries to several attendees. One person, this is actually serious, was hospitalized after he lost fingers in the accident. Um, Now, of course, we all know that Najee Harris recently signed with the Chargers to help bolster the running game and all that stuff. So we hope that he could, and I think that based on what we're reading, he's going to be okay for the season. LA will have their running back, but Bill, JPP, fireworks,
Yes.
he lost a lot of fingers.
Okay, you know what? This should be in every NFL contract. During the offseason, you will stay away from fireworks and you will stay away from massage parlors.
Yeah, my God.
Nothing nothing good comes of those things, do they, Reggie boy?
Yeah, nothing. An eye injury, bruh. Eyes. Gotta be
Like
careful with those eyes.
Najee,
That's
my brother in Christ.
you know,
My brother in Christ. Like, come on.
yeah.
Can we Okay, I am put that should be in every NFL contract, Reg. Please stay away from massage parlors and fireworks during the off season because we know nothing good is going to come of those two things.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Or even worse, you want to hear the thing even worse?
What?
Fireworks at massage parlors.
Oh my God. No, thank you.
That's even worse. My brother in Christ, come on.
Yeah.
You're scaring us here. So, yeah, stay away from fireworks.
Yeah, totally. Now, I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something else about the fireworks, but I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
There goes the boom.
Hey.
Here
We
comes the
hope not to.
boom.
Okay. We hope not to Harris is okay.
Yeah, I hope he's okay, though.
And stay away from fireworks. This is why we have professionals in that industry, right?
Oh,
So,
absolutely. Again, my brother in Christ, stay away from the fireworks.
yeah.
Okay, so we did our MLB and our NFL story, and is it time for what I think it's time for?
Yeah, man. Let's
It's
get to
time for the
it.
top five. Top
Top
five.
five. Top five.
I would get someone to compose that, but we don't have money to hire people for that. So
Top five. We'll make it our own.
top five.
All right. For this week's SIP top five, the way I described it is the top five greatest and series changing home runs in the MLB playoffs. There's been a ton of these. Um, but the idea is big time home runs that completely changed the series. Now, whether the team that benefited from the home run actually won the series is completely irrelevant. But this is about changing the dynamic of the series. Most of these did end up leading to series victories, by the way.
Yes.
So I do have one that didn't, but still was a massive home run. So without further ado, let's get to our top five.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna start.
Okay.
Number five for me.
Are we?
Again, this is one that didn't necessarily lead to a series win, but it changed the series. The Scott Brosius
Yes.
home run in 2001 against the Arizona Diamondbacks. This was game five. This tied the game in the ninth inning. The Diamondbacks were winning. And Yankees ended up winning the series in extras, and Yankees took the lead in the series. Now, the Yankees were up at that point. The series was tied. Then the Yankees won the game. They are now up 3-2. And of course, we're thinking, yeah, going back to Arizona up 3-2. Yeah, this should be no problem for the Yankees. Not necessarily. Arizona comes back game six, and of course, Mariano Rivera blows it in game seven.
Okay. Here's what I gotta say about that. Um, everyone thinks of 2001 World Series, they think of Derek Jeter in Game Four,
Yeah,
which was absolutely Mr. November. That was fantastic.
yeah,
But Scott Brocious, like, because this was two games in a row. Yankees were down, came back, and they came back and won in both games. And that said, because don't forget, going into New York, Yanks were down 2 games to none.
yeah,
Yankees were down 2 games to none going into coming back to New York.
yeah.
And then you had those 3 games, and like, listen, even though the Yankees lost that series, that was still a great series.
It was great. It was a great series.
And because it was right after 9/11,
Yeah.
and I think this was New York's chance to return from the ashes.
And they did in a way. They didn't win the series, but they did return to some sense of normalcy. it took a long time for people, but yeah,
But you want to know something, like when you see those games and you see the cops and the firemen cheering,
yeah,
it really shows you that hey, you know what? This is just yeah, because I remember game four, of course, got to bring up the Derek Jeter home run.
right, right.
I remember when and that tied the series, and somebody was holding a banner while New York was playing, and it said, "We're back."
Hmm.
It said, "We're back,"
Yeah,
and I don't know if that meant back from the attacks or back in the series, or it could have been both. So that's your number five, Scott Brocious.
yes.
My number five is: are we allowed to play video clips or?
Um, well, given YouTube's new thing about being eligible for monetization with reused clips, I would highly stay away from that. So,
Okay. My num my number five, and I think the Patch Man's gonna like me for this one.
mhm.
Howie Kendrick's two-run home run in Game 7 of the 2019 World Series.
Okay.
It's the top of the seventh. It's funny, we go from a series in which the 2001 series in which the home team won every game,
Yeah.
to a series, the 2019, that the away team won every
Yeah,
game.
exactly. Yeah.
But the Astros are up 2-1. Howie Kendrick comes up in the seventh inning, hits a two-run home run, puts the Nationals up 3-2, and they just didn't look back. And they just did not look back. And that was a 3-2 win.
Yeah. See, the Howie Kendrick home run in the World Series, that was massive. I mean, it it obviously helped the Nationals win, and he was great in that playoff. The bigger home run for me in that playoff specifically, and this does not make my list. The bigger home run for Kendrick in that playoff was the grand slam against the Dodgers in Game 5 of the division series. And the reason why is because, well, first of all, the Dodgers, they're one of the best teams in baseball here. Um, but that completely changed the entire Nationals run. For the longest time, obviously you had the Juan Soto in the wild card game, getting that base hit. And then, of course, you have Kendrick getting five in the extra innings to get them a 4-run lead. I mean, that to me would have been the bigger home run. That 100% would have been a series changer. Now, of course, Soto's home run earlier in that game was more of the series changer. But but yeah, good pick. Good pick. Kendrick was great in that playoffs.
Thank you. All right, Reggie boy, what's your number four?
Number four. Uh, I went enemy territory here.
Okay.
I went Big Papi Ortiz in
Okay.
the in game four of the American League Championship Series 2004. Um, Now, of course, Mariano blew it in the ninth inning. It happens, whatever.
I have it on my list too, so I'm going to reserve judgment to when I get to it.
But the we didn't know at the time, Bill, because we thought, oh well, the Yankees have three chances to win the series, right? So we didn't know at the time, but that home run by David Ortiz really changed things. It changed momentum. It gave the Red Sox confidence all of a sudden, right? When they had no confidence in the Yankees the first three games. Yankees were dominating the first three games, right? So yeah, man. So that home run to win the game for the Red Sox, that changed the series. Gave them confidence. Yankees played piss poor since that point, right?
Hmm.
And I can and of course you get the bloody sock and all that stuff. It just that was just a moment where you're like, okay, Red Sox have some confidence. They're still alive. They're not dead, and they never ever quit. So
Yeah. Well,
that to me is huge. Go
I have
ahead.
this on my list too, but I'm gonna wait until then to talk about it from my perspective.
All right, cool.
Okay, my number four is another David though. David Freeze
Okay,
in Game 7 of the 2011 World Series.
okay,
We are okay. So Game 7, the Rangers are down to their last strike in extras, and the Rangers were about to win, and then Freeze comes up, hits a home run in the 11th inning after in game six. I'm sorry, not game seven, game six. My apologies.
yeah. About to say, I was like, wait, he didn't. That's not how they won the series.
No, no, that's my apologies, folks. I'm sorry. Um, Game six of the 2011 World Series, David Freeze comes up, hits a home run in the 11th inning, and they go to game seven tomorrow night, in which the Cardinals ended up winning the whole thing.
Yeah,
So, I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, I think game six is probably one of the single best postseason games in a long time
yeah.
of the 2011 World Series, and this one just tops it off because Rangers were one game away from winning, and then that just changed the tide of the series right there.
Yeah. Well, I know Freeze also had that game tying triple um late in the innings. I think it was like the ninth inning in that same game. And that in itself was just was gut wrench to the Texas Rangers who were trying to win their the World Series. So that's a good one. David
Thank you.
Freese.
All right,
People
what's your
forget
number
like
three?
he's a big time impact player back in those days, David Freese.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Reggie, over to you.
Number three, I have uh Jordan Alvarez. Game one, Division Series 2022. The Mariners had a 7-3 lead going into the eighth inning. Bregman hits a two-run shot, cuts it close down two. Now it's the ninth inning. I believe I forget how many outs there were. I think there were like two outs or whatever. Or maybe a little less. I don't remember. Um but you had three runners on base. Scott Service of the Mariners decides to go with Robbie Ray to face Alvarez, and Alvarez hits a ginormous bomb into the second deck in right field to win the game. Uh, Astros, it was an easy series from that point on. You know, you're talking about changing the momentum of the series. The Mariners, who got off on a who you know look they had a great wild card series against the Blue Jays. You know, come from behind victories. They're playing small ball. Like everything about that Mariners team was special. They made the playoffs for the first time in 20 something years. And you know, the drought was a big thing, and you saw the momentum coming, 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 and then Yordan Alvarez hits that big time home run to win the game for the
Yes.
Astros, and that completely erased any hope whatsoever for Seattle. You knew the Astros were going to win that series.
Awesome. Okay, my number three. I said I was going to talk about, and here it is. My number three was Reggie's number four, David Ortiz's home run
Mm.
in game four of the 2004 World Series. Like, okay, a lot of people point to the Dave Roberts steal as the big momentum shift, and it was. But I think
But
that's what
the
started it.
but the Yankees could have won an extra innings. Let's be real. They
They could
could,
have.
yeah.
Because
So
at
they
this
still have
point,
a chance.
the night before, the Yankees beat the Red Sox 19 to 8.
Yeah.
And the next day, the Boston Globe, I want to say, or it was either that or probably the New York Post, but their headline that day was the day before game four was Dead Sox. Like everyone thought, like, okay, this is done. Yankee game four is nothing but a formality at this point. Like we just gotta it's just a formality at this point. Yankees win tonight, it's over. Yankee Red Sox get embarrassed at Fenway. But Dave Roberts steal in the ninth. That's when everything started going. And then, of course, 14th inning, David Ortiz comes up, hits the home run, and Joe Buck and Tim McCarthy, we will see you tonight. And that's when everything started unraveling.
Yeah.
That's when everything started unraveling.
Yeah.
That that just really and that's when really the momentum and Yankee fans, you were probably all thinking it. Game three, you're like, oh, we got this thing locked. This thing's on lock, bitch.
Mm.
We got this on lock.
It's hard when you've been dominant all series at that point, right?
Yeah, because I'm
Hard not to
sure
think that way.
the morning of game four, everyone's probably thinking, we got this locked up. This is just a formality. We win tonight. We go back to the Bronx. We go win tonight. We get a nice week break before the World Series. We're good.
Yeah.
But David Ortiz, and then after game four, they're like, okay, you know what? It's one game. They're gonna squeak one out. Okay, they were gonna squeak one out. It happens. It happens. They'll probably squeak one out. Game five, Ortiz again.
Hmm.
And this time it was an RBI single or double. And Damon keeps running and he could keep on running to New York. After game five, we're probably all thinking, okay, you know what? I'd rather have us win it at home. And then after game six, shit. And then game seven, yeah, but that was the start, like what Reggie said. They didn't know that at the time, but that was the start of the greatest comeback in sports history.
Yeah.
And I am saying this as a diehard Yankee fan. That was the greatest comeback in sports history.
Yeah. And it was, and it hurt to be on the other end of it, but at the same time, look, we witnessed history. Isn't it great to be part of history?
Yeah, just not when you're on the other side of it.
Exactly. Just not winning on the other side, but it's still like, come on now.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, game four, 2004 ALCS. That is what started everything right there.
Right.
And we all thought we were, no, because remember going into that game, we thought we had this thing on lock.
Yeah.
And look what happened.
Right. Well, I mean that particular night, the Yankees weren't necessarily hitting well. But their pitching was outstanding until Mariano blew it. But like, so
And I remember there was a story, and you know what? I just want to say, I remember I saw a thing of A-Rod and David Ortiz because they're now working together at Fox Sports.
right.
And I gotta admit, it's just so nice to see them sit down and talk about it. And they're
Yeah.
him, Jeter,
Well, you know who pokes the bear though? It's David Ortiz.
Like I remember one time they were showing a thing on a special on that,
Yeah.
and I remember Jeter and A-Rod were at the table. I think it was like one after a postseason game, and David Ortiz like, I can't wait for that. Can't you, Cap? Can't you, Alex? Can't you guys wait? And they're just sitting there giving them the dead stare, like, yeah, seriously. But no, I remember watching it. A A-Rod was telling him the story. He goes, I went to go get my batting gloves because it was so cold. But in
Right.
our locker room, they already had the plastic over the lockers
Right.
for the champagne. They already had the plastic over the lockers for the champagne.
Wow.
And yeah, I know they got to do that early because they want to do that early because, they want to give time to set up. But watch the game before you do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my number three, David Ortiz's 2004 Game 4 ALCS. I need to vomit after talking about that.
Yeah. All right. Number two. Um, I have Reese Hoskins against the Braves in 2022. Reese Hoskins in game three of the NLDS. 1-1, Phillies Braves. The series is tied. It's 1-0 in like the third. Strider's on the mound for Atlanta, and Reese Hoskins hits this massive 3-run home run. Now, of course, the series could have gone any way. For the Braves would have won that game. Okay, Braves had momentum. They took the game back. They're up 2-1. They get to try to win the series the next night or whatever. Instead, it was Reese Hoskins who hit a 3-run home run. Phillies end up winning like 9-1. And the Braves, who defending champions, there's no coming back from that. They were dead in the water. There was just no shot at that point. Phillies had the upper hand. I'm going with that as my number two. That was massive. And the crowd went crazy for Reese Hoskins um, when he hit that home run. So that to me was a massive game. Uh, Series changing home run, big time home run.
Okay, my number two, Reggie, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of screwed up here
Oh
because
no.
I thought you said game changing, and that was my mistake.
Yeah,
But because if it's okay, I actually have a one game playoff, if that's okay.
that's fine.
Oh, okay. I didn't have to deal with Reg yelling at me. That's good. Um, but you know what? I just talked about David Ortiz. I like to think about happier times with the Yankees and Red Sox.
Okay.
And I think y'all know what I might be saying here. It's October 2nd, 1978.
Yeah,
After after the season after the season had after the season had ended in a divisional tie between the Yankees and Red Sox, there was a one game playoff.
yep,
Going into the seventh inning, the Red Sox are up 2-0. And in comes to bat against Mike Torres, Bucky Dent.
yeah.
Y'all know where this is going. Two on, Bucky Dent, deep to left. Yastrzemski will not get it. It's a home run. And that put the Yankees up 3-2. And then after that, Munson hits a RBI single. Reggie Jackson hit a home run later on,
Yeah,
and the Yankees ended up winning 5-4. And that was okay. It wasn't a series; it was a game changer because Yankees were down at that point.
right.
And listen, this was the Boston Massacre because remember, into July of that season, Yankees were down 14 games.
Yeah,
And they were in turmoil, injuries. Billy Martin got fired. They were down 14 games in July, and then just after that, it just vroom.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that haunted Red Sox fans for many years. Like I'm going to be honest with you folks. Y'all know I'm a big Yankee fan, but I didn't want to put a lot of Yankees on this list. And I'm sure Reggie was probably thinking the same thing because I didn't want to appear biased.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, more memorable home runs, you know, happen with when the Yankees don't do it.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah.
And no, I would have put like if it was like Yankee series changers or game changers, I would have put Tito Martinez's home run in the '98 World
Right.
Series.
That Grand Slam was huge.
I would have put
Oh,
Scott Brocious, like what Reggie said earlier. I
Jim
would have put
Leyritz, Jim Leyritz.
Jim Leyritz, Mr. November.
Mhm.
I would have put what I would have put Aaron Boone's home run.
Yeah.
But the end of the
Jeter's home run against the O's. Jeffrey Mayer.
yes.
Come on now.
But, I didn't want to put a lot of Yankee stuff on this list because I wanted to appear non-biased.
Yeah.
So yeah, my number two is Bucky Dent. All right, Reggie, number one.
Before we go to number one, honorable mention for me, Pete Alonso against the Brewers in last year's playoff. It was a wild card series. Um, I believe the Mets are down to their final three out. I think the final out, I think. I forget. Um, but yeah, Pete Alonso with the home run off of our guy, Devin Williams, and sealing the deal for the Mets completely changed it because the Brewers were winning that game and in that ninth inning, and Mets took the lead. So never looked back after that. Number one for me, this is gonna hurt, but you hurts me too. But that grand slam by Freddie Freeman in extras in game one of the World Series last year. I mean, talk about a series changing home run. Sorry, there was a bug there. Good times. Um, talk about something that completely changed the series because the Yankees had come back, they tied the game, right? I think the Yankees had the lead in that game actually, and the Dodgers came back to tie the game. Talk about something that changed the series. That completely changed the World Series. And I think if the Yankees won that game, they would have won the World Series. I believe that.
I remember watching that. It was actually the night of the Super Review Show Mixed Bag 200th episode.
Right.
I was with JT, I was with our good friend Justin and Justin's girlfriend Catherine. Shout out to you guys. And I remember we just finished and I think the game was about to go in the extras. We just ran upstairs to go watch it. And we were like 1 out away from winning that game. And then when Freeman
Yeah.
hit the grand slam, I, okay, because his parents were sleeping upstairs, so I couldn't do what I wanted to do. And do what I wanted to do was scream my freaking head off. Yeah, but no, I don't know if it would, it set the tone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It set the tone.
Well, it completely exposed the Yankees. It exposed their bullpen. That game in general exposed how poorly defensively the Yankees were, how poor defensively they were. Um, and that the Yankees only relied on their big time hitting to get them through winning games. So Yankees got exposed in game one. And of course that set the tone, like you said, for that entire series. Yankees just kept getting exposed. And just rough one to watch. They would have won the series if they won that game. I really do believe that.
All right. You ready for my number one?
Number one.
Okay. Before I you can see Reg and I took different directions in this list.
Yeah, which is fine.
Reg went more recent, I kind of went more classic.
Hmm.
Because to me, and like Reg, I think you made a very good list. But to me, I think, and this is just my personal opinion, Reg. To me, I think there's a little too much recency bias.
Well, I went with my lifetime
Okay.
because I didn't want to talk about events that I never saw. I want to talk about events that I did see.
And listen, my list is mostly stuff I saw, just number two and number one I wasn't around for. But I put number one because of this. October 15th, 1988,
Okay.
game one of the World Series. Dodgers are down 4-3 with Eckersley on the mound. And who comes to bat? Kirk Gibson.
Yeah, man.
For those of you who don't know, Kirk Gibson was actually hurt.
Hmm.
Kirk Gibson was actually hurt. He injured himself in NLCS, and both his legs were bummed. So
Yeah.
he comes to the plate to pinch hit in the ninth inning, and he because like he was actually in physical therapy during the game
Yeah.
when he was watching it in the
Yeah.
Dodgers clubhouse, and he asked the bat boy, "Hey, set the tee up." And he was taking batting practice, and then he comes in. The pitch from Eckersley, home run. Dodgers win game one, and as and Gibson was limping around the bases when he was running.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Gibson was limping around the bases when he
yeah,
was
he
running.
was in bad shape. He was in bad shape that for that series, and but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to do something memorable to, help your team out, right?
Yeah.
That's a
And
good
in the
one.
words of the late great Vin Scully, in a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened. And that's why okay, it was in game one, but I think that home run sort of set the tone.
Right.
And plus, the Dodgers were down at that point.
Hmm.
And I think Gibson hitting that home run is basically, and he had two bad legs. Remember that, people.
Yeah.
He didn't even start game one. I don't know what Tommy Lasorda is thinking. He's sitting there thinking, yeah, I'm going to let this guy gimp around the bases. But look what happened. So, yeah, that's my list.
Good job. That's a great list, man.
Thank you. Yeah, yours is really good too.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I took the direction of going with things that I've seen in my lifetime because I never saw Kirk Gibson play baseball. I've seen him manage, never saw him play.
Hey, me neither, but you know what? That's what makes us unique is we both went different directions.
Yeah. Um, that's a good as one hell of a list though.
Hey,
Um,
yours too
and
there,
it was
pal.
it was a great exercise, man. It got me thinking a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing this, folks, for a while, just until maybe football season starts.
Yeah, once football season starts, and like I said, I'm reserving all the Jet talk until football season starts. I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say.
You got a lot to say, don't you, bro?
Yeah.
Can't wait to
Um,
hear that.
yeah. Um, Big series for the Yankees, must wins. Um, let's see what happens. and then we'll continue if any big time sports news comes up. We'll certainly get it out there as soon as possible.
Yes, we
Um,
will.
but that'll do it for this edition of SIP on SIN. Number 428 is in the
The
books,
books.
sponsored by the Dugout of Millwood. If you like what you see, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You could follow our socials. We're at S Insanity Real on Twitter or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Facebook as well. And log on to our website, sportscentynetwork.com, and follow our podcast, this specific podcast, on these many podcast platforms, as well as all of our other podcasts on our library. So please continue to follow the network as we continue to do more.
Yes.
It's in this big time sports period. So
Yeah. So from all of us here, I'm Bill Corpus Crispy Murphy with Danny Boy Reginald. Stay safe. Take care.
bye.